All right, what's happening, guys? It is Justin. This is your Two-Way Tuesday for November 19th. We're going to do this one a little bit earlier today. The microphone is working, the new phone is working. I've got my coffee, so let's rock and roll. I want to give a huge shout out to Byron. Byron still got it. I told him that last week. We did our first install day over the contact center, and that blew up. I think we went into the day with like 5 installs. At the end of the day, I want to say it was like 13 or 14 that we did on that day, and then there were others booked the couple of days after. So great job. We're doing that again here in December. But I mentioned that in our Two-Way Tuesday probably a month ago, really thinking outside the box. Let's find business here in our slow season, and Byron did it. So super, super proud of you. Thank you for that. Glad I got to go out and help. And I would imagine we'll probably recruit another tech to go out and give us a hand, just so that I can stay inside, answer questions, and set up even more claims. So great job again with that, and hats off to Byron. Let's see. The month of impact is still going on. Participation. If you have interest in using that free $5, again, I did that. It's been put into your account. I should say I did that. I didn't do that. I donated my $5 to a cause that I really enjoy. And I would encourage you to do that too. It really doesn't take that long. Let me know if you want to get logged in and do that. Priorities for next time. What's important this week? The Saturday schedule. I know I have you guys on the rotating calendar. Keep a very close eye on that, but I do want to make you aware of a change that could potentially affect you. So we've got Adam working 410s right now, which I do think is working on some level. Thank you for that. That means that Adam's working every Saturday. That means the priority of scheduling the jobs are going to go to Adam, because that to him is a regularly scheduled day. If there's overflow, if we have enough for 2 techs, certainly I want to give everybody the work, but I can only give you what's there. That being said, if we're slow and we're just filling Adam, I'm not going to split them. The guy scheduled on the rotating calendar is just getting a day off. That also means you're not going to be able to take the day off during the week. So I wanted to get ahead of this, because I know a lot of times if we're scheduling Saturday, you guys are taking like Friday off and connecting it to a long weekend. You just need to know if that happens, unless you want to take a PTO, communicate. But that's just what's going to happen on Saturdays. Vanham's going to get the priority because that's a regularly scheduled day for him. And remember, we've done that because in taking him off the days during the week, it allows you more work during the middle of the week. So it should benefit everybody, but I wanted to communicate around why that's happening. We've got, I meant to bring in a windshield and demo a little bit. One thing that I saw in some of the warranties that I've been seeing here recently, I think you all understand that we should obviously prime and prep and all that good stuff to ensure a safe install. I want to make sure that you understand why we're doing that, and that's to promote adhesion of the windshield. So when you're running that primer strip, it can't just be one thin band around the glass and expect that to match up perfectly with the glass or typically the body that you're shooting. Prime too much, prime more than you think you need to ensure that adhesion. We want one really good thick coat around the frit of the glass, but I want to make sure that we give ourselves the opportunity to match the urethane up with the primer. So what I guess I'm saying is, don't just leave one thin strip around the frit and expect that to match up perfectly. Prime, prime, prime. If you have questions, let me know. And I can show you some pictures on exactly what I'm talking about, but I just want to make sure that we're not just priming because Justin says we should prime, that you understand why exactly we're doing it. Here's a big change on the 2nd, which I think is a Monday. So December 2nd is the day that I picked for it, but all of the core locations are going cashless. And we are absolutely 1,000% going to follow suit. I was going to make this change anyway due to some issues that we had on our end. Oh, jeez. All right, we're good. So we are going to go cashless, meaning we're still going to accept credit cards, debit cards, Western Union, all that good stuff. We're just not going to accept cash. And that's to protect you. I don't want you floating around with cash in a mobile van. It's just not safe for you, and it's a liability when we have to start questioning where cash is. So effective December 2nd, we're starting the scripting in the call center immediately, but we're not going to accept cash as a form of payment. Again, if you need help with that conversation with the customer, let me know. I'm happy to get involved. To follow that suit, we are also really going to go paperless, meaning I'm not going to allow the office, nor am I going to print work orders for you to take outside of the office. If the customer needs a receipt, genuinely needs a receipt, for now you can contact the shop and we'll mail it to them. If we need to look into printers, for you to print receipts for customers, we can do that, but I'm not going to print like a schedule for you anymore. There's unfortunately no way for me to print the information that I think you want without printing other information that doesn't need to go outside of this building. So we don't ever need to take printed information with customers' names, phone numbers, anything like that outside of the office. There's a liability in it, and I, as a consumer, wouldn't want my information out there. Especially if you've been getting any of the phone calls that I have with the random telemarketers and all that good stuff. That information gets out there somehow, and it certainly, I would hope, doesn't come from us, but we're going to prevent that altogether, and we're going to stay electronic in the Main Street system. So I know that was the long way around, but the short of it is we're going to go cashless on December 2nd, and we're going to go paperless. I don't want any work order information leaving the shop or any of the locations that we work out of. There's a video, I think, for Fairfield coming together for the month of Impact. That's pretty cool. We're going to watch that here in the office. I encourage you to check out the hub as well. I'm also looking into your annual performance goals, making sure that they are up to date. I would hope that by now, and I've been emailing it, I've been talking to you guys about it, the categories that we're really going to be looking at are going to be warranties and productivity. We're going to be looking at some different ways to survey customers next year, but the way that we've been doing it up to this point doesn't really make sense. So those are the two categories that I'm going to be looking at for your quality, so your warranties and your productivity. So those goals will be updated in Workday. Open enrollment ends this Friday. I said it last week, I'll say it again. Go in there and do it. Err on the side of caution. Benefits are not something you want to screw around with on, oops, I didn't know. I'm telling you, action is required for you to go into Workday and complete that by Friday, November 22nd at 5 p.m. Pacific time is the deadline for medical, dental, vision elections and to enroll into a flexible spending account for the upcoming year. Please make your selections now to ensure you have benefit coverage you need for 2020. If you do not make a selection, you and your covered eligible dependents will automatically be enrolled in the same plans for 2019. Auto enrollment does not apply to flexible spending accounts. Search 2020 open enrollment on the hub for details. There you go. Now you know what I know. Stay in the know. Mountain West Group alert system. You may receive notifications by phone, email, or text message from the Mountain West Group alert system. That's interesting. I would venture to guess that that has something to do with California. So make sure your personal information is up to date in Workday. Other than that, guys, that is it. We're trying to round up as much business as we can, taking it where we can get it. I certainly appreciate your guys' flexibility. The big question for this week, and I know I went over what I know was a lot of important information. The big question for this week, and I would hope that you respond in the group text because I want to get something pinned down. We're a little late to the party. What are we going to do for the holidays? I'd like to get together to do some kind of a holiday event. I just don't know what yet, and now it's the middle of November, so whoops. Let's get something figured out sooner rather than later. I want to make sure that it's beneficial for you. We get to spend some time together as a team. I don't want to take away any time from your friends or family, so maybe we think about including them. Whatever you think is best. We could go bowling again. You tell me. But the one big question for this week is what do you want to do to celebrate the holidays as a team? That is it. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, November 19th. It's been a pleasure for another Two Way Tuesday, and I will see you next week. Peace.